Hello and welcome to the studio. Thank you very much for painting away the stress of everyday life with myself in the studio. My name is Clive from Clive 5 Art, and I want to thank all your wonderful subscribers for subscribing and joining me here today. Now, you can see there's a range of colours on the palette. So I've got ultramarine blue, I've got Prussian blue, I've got some, I'm not sure what that is. I think it's I don't know what that is. It's some sort of, what is it? I don't know. I didn't put these colours on my palette. Actually, my grandson did. And that is a yellow ochre, actually. Burnt umber, some green, some yellow, some white and some black. Because I've just sent him out to the studio now because he's been in here doing his modelling. And look at the canvas. He said, Bambi, I put some lines on your canvas, which I wanted to do a painting from, and also I given you some colours. So I have absolutely no clue where am I going to go with this one, because he wants me to follow these lines and he's given me colours. So okay, I like a challenge. So I think looking at that, I can see I can see a C, I can see a C and an horizon line. That could be an horizon line there. Look at that charcoal coming off there. That could be, there we go. Let's do this then. That's just charcoal. Let's put a seascape in there. Put a beach or something. Come in there like that. Okay, I got an idea. Let's get some white and some blue. And let's just go straight in as we normally do with our sky. And there's the seagulls. He agrees that I'm doing the right thing. He said yes. Seascape, please. Listen to him. So let's just get a nice easy painting done today. I'm feeling a little bit better. Molly is improved. If anybody been following me, you know that in the last episode I was telling you about the dog attack that we had with Molly, and she's got a little bit better now. She's up and about and she's out walking, and she's not so scared, which is good. And she's had her first proper walk today with a dog walker, and I've been trying to retrain her as best I can for an old girl. She's 12 years old now, so you know, she's getting quite old. Can't teach an old dog new tricks, but she got very scared. She wasn't able to go through the front door, to be quite honest with you. That's how bad it was. Really, really scared. And anyway, she's improved, and I couldn't be happier, to be honest. I could not be happier. So she's had some nice walks, and she's still a little bit skittish. But you know, she's there. She's getting there. I think I think everybody, if they were in that situation, everybody would be a bit scared. I'm still a little bit nervous, to be quite honest with you. Even myself walking, and when I see a dog, I panic and I pick her up, and I shouldn't do that really, because it's scaring Molly then, and she's wondering, what are you picking me up for? What's wrong? I'm giving my dog anxiety. Yes. But I suppose she does get anxiety. I know I'm a little bit anxious when I walk, and it's not pleasant. It really is not pleasant. Okay, I'm just going to leave that there like that for a minute. I'm thinking C, a little bit of Prussian blue then. Let's darken this blue up. So there's the line he's given me then. So let's just get that line across there. I'm not going to be too accurate with this today. I want to just paint it on the fly and enjoying it. Bit of seascape. Yeah, I think I'm going to follow this angle. I'm going to follow that angle with the sea. Let's get some white in there. I got crows out there now. I got crows and seagulls. There's a mixture. Crows and seagulls. Let's get a bit of shadow in this water. Let's bring it down that way like that. crows and seagulls. I don't live too far from a forestry area. Well, not so much forestry. It's not a forestry area. It's a woodland is the word I'm looking for. It's a woodland area, so there's a lot of birds and wildlife and stuff. And I'm not far from the coastline, which means the seagulls come in. So I'm just trying to just get a little bit of dampness on my brush and just trying to blur that off a bit. And, I try and leave that line there. I hope you can see it. I hope I can see it. I can't see it very well, but let's see it get a bit more shadow in. Yeah, because I got the door open on the studio because it's hot. As long as my neighbour don't start cutting grass and stuff, that's what she normally does. There's nothing wrong with cutting grass, but not when I'm making videos. That's how I say it. No, I don't mind really. I don't mind. I'm not a nasty person. I get on well with my neighbours actually. And I got a few of them around me, I've got to be honest. I've got neighbours to the right of me, neighbours to the side of me, neighbours to the front of me and to the back of me. So we got to work something out there now. He's given me some of this and some burnt umber. Okay, bit of white. Bit more white. Let's put in what could be sand. So a bit of yellow ochre, a bit of burnt umber, a little bit of white. Blocking in, just giving me an idea of where I'm going to go with this particular painting today. I'm off to London tomorrow. I'm so excited. I can't wait actually. I haven't been to London for a couple of years now, not since before COVID actually. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Taking my grandson. That's why he's staying with me tonight. And I've kicked him out of the studio. He's in the other shed. I got a couple of sheds, so he's in the other shed painting some Warhammer stuff. I showed you the Warhammer models I did, didn't I? These things. Oh, I haven't got any by here now. Oh, I got a little one. I've got a little one I can show you. There's a little one. There we are. There's a little one that I made. No, and I painted. So, yeah. We're into our Warhammer. Well, I wasn't into Warhammer. I've got to be honest. It wasn't my thing until Daniel decided to drag me into it. And it's one of the most expensive hobbies I've ever seen in my life. But not only have I got to buy my own models, Daniel all gets me. I don't know how he does it, but he gets me to buy his models as well. So here we are. As he says, winner, winner, chicken dinner, Bambi. Right, I'm gonna put that across there like that. So there's the other angle. There's the other angle. Like that. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. That's what he said. I thought, thank you, Dan. And some of these models can go up to £100. It is stupid priced. They know how to charge for these things, that's for sure. Anyway. I do talk, but I'm also thinking what I'm doing. This is going to be a sand dune. Hey. Because we're following this pattern that he's given me. So there's the other line. So I've succeeded in doing that. He said if I can do it, he's going to buy me a McDonald's tomorrow. There's a surprise. Imagine that. I bet it's going to be from the pocket money I give him. But there we go. So I will end up buying it myself. So let's just get a little bit of brown, because he's giving me another line there, isn't he? There you go, people do that. That's the foreground, isn't it? Yeah. Afterground and foreground. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, I'm impressed. I quite like that. There we go. I don't want him to come in yet, because I don't want him to see what I've done. But I will show him the video after. Anyway, I'm going to just air dryer that. Now as I air dryer it, I'm going to turn the videos off and I'm going to come back like this. There you go. Nice and dry. Or sort of dry, anyway. Oh, hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon. The little boy laughed to see such fun. And the cow jumped over the moon. Or something like that. Yeah, I used to sing that to him when he was little, actually. Yeah, all these memories keeps coming back. So, right, let's get. I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna do some clouds in the sky first. A little bit of burnt umber. Let me a little shadow mix. I've been taking these tablets to make me feel better, and they've made me go all slurry. My speech all slurry. Strange. Normally I'm slurry speeched when I've had a few drinks, but yeah. I do feel better for them though, I've got to be honest. I don't advocate taking too many tablets, but especially things like that. But at the end of the day, I think if it makes me feel better, it can't be a bad thing. So I keep repeating a saying I heard a while ago, and it's basically like an affirmation. You just keep saying it to yourself, and all I say is, I'm here now. That's all that counts. I'm not worrying about the past, and I'm certainly not too worried about the future. And I just worry. All I do is concentrate on the day, I think, and then because we make plans sometimes and everything goes wrong. I need said a rude word then, but everything goes wrong sometimes. But nothing is an absolute, and that's for sure. I just love coming in and doing stuff like this because none of these paintings really are kept or anything. I just paint over the paint. The painting I did last week is actually underneath this. I just keep painting over the same canvas. It may be worth fortune in years to come. They'll be doing X-rays on this and thinking, "Wow, look at that! When did he build that? When did he paint that?" We've got a video here somewhere of him actually doing that. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. I hope it does. I'm just optimistic. I'm not that good. I just have fun. I'm not going to win any awards and nothing like that. It's all about enjoying it, having fun, being in the moment, living in the moment. Living in the moment. That's what it's all about. I think sometimes we put too much pressure on ourselves, and we should embrace the day and just be happy that we are here. Because I'm a window cleaner by trade, and excuse me, I've seen a lot of my window cleaning customers have Alzheimer's and dementia and end up in care homes and pass away. And I've been doing window cleaning for over 40 years now. I started when I was 22 and I'm 62 now, so I've seen a lot of changes. And this makes you appreciate life a lot, I think. When we are young, we don't see that. We think we're invincible when we're young. And I think we all do that. We've all done it. That's for a fact. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Let's get a little bit more. Just get a little bit more bright white. I don't know where Molly is. She's here somewhere. She's out there actually, sitting in the sunlight. Well, it's not too sunny now at the moment, but let's get a bit more. Brightness in the sky. Somebody's going around on a motorbike. I don't know if you could hear that. I used to enjoy a motorbike. I used to have a motorbike. I used to enjoy that. But I did have a nasty accident on it, so I put pay to that. It's a bit like I used to enjoy scuba diving. There's a scuba diving Greece and that. And then I had a stroke, so that affected that. So blood pressure and one thing and another, so I put pay to that one. But art has always been with me, and art will stay with me, I'm sure. Unless I lose my eyesight, which I hope I don't. That's the only thing that actually does frighten me, I think. The fact that I could lose my eyesight one day. Anyway, that'll do me. Let's just put a few little wisps in the sky, just like that. Don't want to spend too much time on this today, but I am enjoying it. Okay, let's get this brush. I can hear a plane going overhead because we're not far from the airport. You must be wondering where I am. Next to a woodland, not far from the sea, and I'm not far from an airport. And I'm in Wales. Yes, that's something you want to think about. If anybody's give me an idea, if anybody roughly knows where I am, just give me a shout. That's a rake brush. You can see it's all thing. I use this for dog hair sometimes, so I'm gonna see if I can use the very thin lines on this just to represent maybe some little waves coming in, because it's just to speed the process up a bit for me. Will it work? I don't know. That's the thing. I've never used a rake brush for this before, but we never know until we try if it works or not. And that's not very good, is it? That's okay. We'll work around that one. Seagulls are trying to encourage me. There we go. That'll do. That'll do. That'll do. Chuck that in there. Let's get I think Daniel has been in my brushes, yeah. Okay. All right. We'll work around with it. We'll work around it. Do. Very lightly. Just bring in a few waves and things. Just basically lines. That's all they are. There you go. Get this to come like as if it's just washing up on shore like that. So I want some sound, well, wave sounds, don't we? I'll do. You get the idea. You can do a better job than I can. So show me what you can do. Tell me what you're painting. It would be nice in the comments. Let me know what you're up to. I do read some of the comments. I don't want to read them all because it's virtually impossible for me to do that. I used to. I used to reply to nearly every comment, but I just can't physically do that these days. Because I get so many. It's not that I don't read them. It's just, it's so time consuming. And so, don't be afraid to leave a comment. If I can give you a thumbs up or something like that, then I will do. Just as long as you give me a thumbs up, it'll be good. There we go, that'll do. You get the idea. You get the idea. Hang on, let's just darken this up a little bit there, like that. Da-dee da-dee dee 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 dee. What we want to do now is get a brush, get a brush, get a bit of green, a little bit of black, a little bit of burnt umber, a nice dark green, tippy tappy, tippy tappy, tippy tappy. I'm just gonna put a little bush there. Because where I live, yes, Clive, where you live, there's an airport, there's woodland, and you don't live far from the beach. No, I don't. I've also got sand dunes. That's where this idea came from. And there's a lot of brambles on these sand dunes. And as a child, I fell down the sand dunes. I got rather badly. Well, I fell in the brambles and I got a lot of brambly bits in my legs, basically. It was quite painful, if I remember. Which wasn't good. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there because I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry about that. I had quite a nasty sneeze. Right, let's put some sandy duney things in like that. I quite like that. I quite like that. That is awesome, fair dues. Well, I do amaze myself sometimes. Boom, 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 boom. Just tap the brush on. Like that. Make a mess. Just go do 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 do. Right, let's put some more there. Dee 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 dee. Bit of moisture. Bit of kitchen roll. Bit of moisture. There we are. A bit more green. And we're going to put some there as well, like this. Yes, I quite like that. I need a script lining brush, which is a very long, thin, pointy brush. Script lining. They call them script liners because they used to use these for sign writing and things. I don't think I washed this brush very well. Okay. As long as it works. we can get away with it, because I want to put some that's quite thick actually. Now, I think that needs a really deep clean, so let's see if we can break out a new brush. So there we are, let's give that a bit of a wash. Should have thinner lines now. Yes, there we go. I quite like the seagulls in the background. Saves the special effects. Bit of grass, tufts and things. Tell you what, let's get a bit of black. Let's put a few. Because there's these things that look like seed heads coming out sometimes. So let's brighten that up now. Let's get some yellow. I'm quite a messy painter. I don't really wash my brushes very often. But if you're going for dark green, light green to dark green or something like that, it doesn't matter, you know. But you've got to be careful you don't make mud. That's important. You need to put some highlights on these things though. And a little bit of this. What I say this was yellow ochre. Like that. Let's go back into some yellow. Let's get that quite bright, because this is where it's going to catch the light. There we are, and it's going to catch light there as well. And a lot of this gauze bush type things, I've got a lot of yellow in them anyway. I wish I had some photographs to put up and show you, but I mean, I haven't. I know they're very painful if you fall in them. That's for sure. There we go. Yeah, that's good. I like that. I like that a lot actually. Okay, I wanna just get some yellow ochre. I'm going to get a bit of white to that. I hope Daniel's going to be impressed with this. Bit of light on this sand. I'm just trying to add a little bit of lightness to it there. And let's get a little bit of dark now. Just a few like shadow marks or something. Maybe it's just shadows, because these things are all, this tends to blow around a lot. So it's going to leave some marks. There go. I can hear my stepdaughter's just arrived because I'm going to be going to London tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch the cameras off for a second. Well, that was nice. Daniel's really excited. We're going to London tomorrow. And isn't it wonderful when you come back to look at the painting after you've rested your eyes and it's dried a little bit, it darkens a little bit. Don't forget acrylics darken at least 2 shades. So whatever colour you put on, always think of the way it's going to dry. It always darkens that little bit. And that's something you have to remember when you're painting with acrylics. So back to the script lining brush. So I'm just going to finish this painting off quickly now because I've got to go and pack my suitcase. Let's put a few of these little wispy bits on there. Actually, it's just started to rain. That's really strange. It's been such a nice day today. So this is all blowing in the wind. Blowing in the wind. Yeah, so going to the Tower of London tomorrow. That's why we go in there. Because he wants to go to the Tower of London. And I did promise him last time we went to London, which was a couple of years ago. We went to the Natural History Museum and the British Museum. That's what it was. British Museum and Natural History Museum. And I like to go to London. My mother's originally from London. She's an East Ender. She was born in Shepherd's Bush. She was born in Shepherd's Bush. God rest her soul. And I think I've got a soft spot for London. And that's for sure. Been to London a few times with my friend Jason Bowen. He's another YouTube artist, if you don't already know that. And we went around the portrait galleries and things. There we are. We've got a couple of those little things just blowing in the wind. And we could put some rocks and things in if we wanted to. Maybe a few little pebbles and stuff. Just like that. Just to give it a little bit of a... Let's get a little bit of this highlighty colour. It's been a very muggy day today. And now we got a bit of rain, which is not that bad really. It's just cooled the air off a little bit because it has been quite a nice summer this year. Unusual for Wales, to be honest. But yeah, let's just wrap this painting up now, and I'm just going to put a few seagulls in. There we go, a few seagulls, as we normally do. There we go. Whoops, he's lost a wing. Yes, put a little bit of highlight on there, a little bit of white. So thank you very much for joining me in the studio today. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And if you like what you see today, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, share a comment, and let's just put a few seagulls on the beach there. There we go. They just, I don't know what they're doing, they're looking for something. But thank you very much. I really enjoyed that today, and thank you very much for your company, and I will see you next time.
And don't forget to click subscribe.